श्री गणेशाय नमः। ओम श्री सरस्वत्यै नमः। ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। ओम समस्तजनकल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरम्। ओम सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परां। शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्। ओम भद्रं कर्णेभिः शृणुयाम देवाः भद्रं पश्येमाक्षभिर्यजत्राः स्थिरैरङ्गैस्तुष्टुवागुंसस्तनूभिः दशेम देवहितं यदायुः। स्वस्ति न इन्द्रो वृद्धश्रवाः स्वस्ति न पूषा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति नस्तार्क्ष्यो अरिष्टनेमिः स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्दधातु। ओम शांति शांति शांति। जीवात्मनो पृथक्त्वं यत् प्रागुत्पत्तेः प्रकीर्तितं भविष्यद्वृत्त्या गौणं तत् मुख्यत्वं हि न युज्यते। So, Acharya, the doubt was there that which statement to be taken when question was asked. Yato va atra uchyate yato va yamane bhutana jayante yatagnehi kshudraha vispulingaha tasmadva etasmadatmana akasha sambhutah tadaikshata tattejo asrujata ityadi utpatyartha upanishad vakyebhyah प्राक पृथक्त्वं कर्मकांडे प्रकीर्तितं यत् तन्न परमार्थं किं तर्हि गौणं महाकाश घटाकाश आदि भेदवत् यथा औदनं पचति इति भविष्यद्वृत्त्या तद्वत् नहि भेदवाक्यानां कदाचिदपि मुख्यभेदार्थत्वम् उपपद्यते। स्वाभाविक अविद्यावत् प्राणिभेददृष्टि अनुवादित्वात् आत्मभेदवाक्यानाम् इह च उपनिषत्सु उत्पत्तिप्रलयादिवाक्यैः जीवपरमात्मनोः एकत्वमेव प्रतिपादयितं तत्त्वमसि अन्यः असौ अहम् अस्मि इति न स वेद इत्यादिभिः। अतः उपनिषत्सु एकत्वं श्रुत्या प्रतिपादयितं भविष्यति इति भावनीम् एकवृत्तिमाश्रित्य लोके भेददृष्टि अनुवादः गौणः एव इति अभिप्रायः। So we have to start from here. Iha cha. Hari Om. Some echo is coming. Okay. Iha cha. Now here also, Upanishadsu, in the Upanishad Bhaga also, Utpatti Pralayadi Vakyaihi Jiva Paramatmanoho Ekatvameva Pratipadayishitam. So, this is only to point out the oneness in the Upanishadic statements between Jivatma and Paramatma. The oneness between Jivatma and Paramatma alone is the main theme, main purpose. Keeping that alone in view, Tattvamasi Mahavakyas were given. Now, propounded. Moreover, there are other statements also. In Brihadajika Upanishad, it told the Anyaha Asau Anyaha Aham Asmi iti na sa Veda. The full statement is that Ataha yo Anyam Devatam Upaste Anyaha Asau Anyaha Aham Asmi iti na sa Veda. Complete statement. That is it. Meaning there in Brihadajika Upanishad regarding Upasana and all, mentioning about Upasana, it comes Yaha Anyam Devatam Upaste. Anyam Devatam Upaste, those who worship other gods. Anyam Devatam Upaste. How those who worship gods, what they think that Anyaha Asau, Anyaha Aham. God is different from me, I am different from God. He is different, the God is different. I am, aham anyah, God anyah. See, anyah asau, anyah aham. The worshipped is different from me, the worshipper me is also different from me. So, wo alag hai, ye alag hai. Wo ek hai, hum ek hai. So, he is one and I am the another one. With that bhavana, whoever worships, whoever does puja, upasana, etc., yaha anya asau, anya aham asmi iti upasate, deva upasate. They worship devatas thinking that devata is different, I am different. Na sa veda. Such a person will never know the truth. The duality remains as it is. So therefore, anya asau, anya aham asmi iti na sa veda ityadivihi. Ataha, therefore, Upanishadsu ekatvam srutya pratipadayishitam. Srutya, by Sruti in the Upanishads, Sruti Mata in the Upanishads, main purpose of Sruti Mata, Veda Mata in the Upanishads is, what is that? Ekatvam pratipadayishitam. Bhavishyate iti. So, Upanishad Bhaga has come into existence only to explain to us, tell us, declare the oneness between the Jivatma and Paramatma. That is the very purpose of. So, therefore, here very clearly it says that Upanishadam Tattvamasi Upanishadsu Pratibhashitam Bhavishyati iti Bhavinim Ekavrittyam Asritya Loke Bhedadrushti Anuvadaha Gauna Evaha. So, keeping that Bhavini future result in view, Upanishads mentioned always that oneness only alone is declared. That is it. Therefore, this other thing is Gauna. Like Odanam Pachati iti. So, that is the thing. Okay? Loke Veda Drushti Anuvadaha Gauna Eva iti Abhiprayaha. So, Veda Drushti which has been seen, pointed out, is only Gaunam. That is the meaning. Clear? Now, Athava, otherwise also, no, another explanation is given here. Another explanation is here. What is another explanation? Is that Athava, other explanation is that one second. Athava Tadaikshata. Some other way of explanation is that Tadaikshata means he deliberated. Tada Ikshata, he then he saw, he deliberated. Then he created. That statement in Māṇḍukya Upanishad. Then Tat Tejaha Asrujata. He, that created fire. Tejaha Asrujata. He created fire. Tat Tejaha Asrujata. Again Māṇḍukya. Ityadi Utpattehe Prakyeva Prak Ekameva Advitiyam iti Ekatvam Prakirtitam. Now see. When is that an Upanishad? Before the statements occurred, such as Tadaikshata, Tat Tejo Asrujata, these are all statements related to creation. Before the statements related to creation are mentioned, before itself, Veda declared Ekameva Advitiyam. देखिए, और जिसको समझ में नहीं आया एकमेवा अद्वितीयम, देन ठीक है, सारी सृष्टि के बाद में बस एज अ गौण वृत्तिया, नॉट अ वेरी पर्पस, सेकेंडरी थिंग इज जस्ट मेंशन्ड, लाइक ही कुक्स फूड जैसा. But again, the ultimate result of Upanishad also in the end also, though, therefore very clearly says, Tadekshata, Tattejo, Asrujata, etc., etc. Before such statements of creation were made, before itself, Prak Eva, Prak Ekameva Advitiyam Prakirtitam, iti Ekatvam Prakirtitatam. The oneness has already been declared before. See, in Māṇḍukya Upanishad only. So, iti ekatvam prakirtitam tadevacha tat satyam sa atma tatvamasi. Again in Māṇḍukya Upanishad only, Oh Svetaketo, Tattvamasi, Tadevacha, Tadatma, that Atma alone, that alone. Again, that will culminate in the unity of the text, you see. Ekatvam, again same thing, Ekatvam Bhavishyati iti. Again, the entire thought is culminating in unity again. Ekatvam, Tattvamasi, iti Ekatvam Bhavishyati iti. Tam Bhavishyat Vruddhim apeksha, yad Jivatmanoho Pratakvam yat na kvachid vakye gamyamanam tad gaunam. Here and there, you may see the statements like Bheda, creating Bheda and all that, such as Jivatma, creation ke baare mein. But the unity, keeping the unity in view alone, such statements are made. Bhavishyat vruddhim apeksha yad Jivatmanoho pratakvam yatra kvachid vakye gamyamanam tad gaunam. Here and there you may see this kind of statement, separate between Jivatma mentioned, Paramatma. It should be taken in secondary sense, gaunam only, and not as a primary, mukhya value. Because what? Yatha audanam pachati iti tadvata. Just as he cooks food example we saw. So similarly, the ultimate purpose, Veda will never accept duality. The ultimate purpose of Veda is only oneness. Advekameva advitiyam. Now, after this again the question was asked. What is that? Nanu yad utpattehe prag ajam sarvam ekameva advitiyam tathapi utpattehe urdhvam jatavidam sarvam jivascha binnaha iti. Now the question asked. Ma evam. Let it not be like that. Nanu सर यदि यद उत्पत्ते है प्राक. अब देखिए, वेद ओनली सेड एकमेवा इदम अग्र आसीत, वेद प्रमाण, एंड वेद ओनली डिक्लेयर्स ultimately in the end everything goes back into him and Advaita alone remains. Okay. So, Veda only Bhavishyat Vruttya indicated, declared the unity, not indicated, declared the unity. Before all this came into manifestation, Veda only declared it was unity, Advaita. So, why don't we accept Vedic statements mentioned by in the Vedas as it is? Veda only says there was a unity before. Ultimately, everything will become merged into unity, into one. अब Veda accepted. अब इसमें आपको क्या आपत्ति है? As it is accept करने में. That means इस बीच में सृष्टि हुई, मान लो. अब मानने में क्या आपत्ति है आपको? क्या दिक्कत है? ठीक है, सृष्टि भी मान लो. पहले अद्वैत था, बाद में अद्वैत भी हो जाएगा, इस बीच में सृष्टि हुई, मान लेना. बिकॉज इसमें बहुत सारे प्रॉब्लम्स हो जाएंगे. दिस थॉट वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. व्हाट इज आस्किंग नाउ इज दैट नाउ इफ यू एक्सेप्ट that actually it was not correct, because Advaita can never become Dvaita. Therefore, it is not Ekam, it is Advaita. Anyway, suppose you say that मान भी लिया एग्जाम्पल, ठीक है, वो बच्चा रो रहा है, मान लो. पहले अद्वैत था, बाद में अद्वैत भी हो जाएगा, तो बीच में दो सृष्टि हुई तो मान लेंगे, चलो क्या दिक्कत है. आखिर में वो तो मानता है ना अद्वैत को, दिक्कत हो जाएगी. क्योंकि नाउ द मोमेंट यू एक्सेप्ट सृष्टि in between, then so many theories will come out, because that how that ekam, from that one eka vastu, how this bahuda, many things have come about. What is the cause? That will come into picture. See, ek से एक निकला, no problem. We can say that एक परिवर्तित हुआ या न तो विवर्त हुआ, ओके, बट एक से अनेक का उदय, एंड वो भी जड़ चेतन भिन्न भिन्न। नो, इसका कारण क्या है? व्हाट इज द कॉज ऑफ दिस? व्हाट कॉज्ड दैट वन टू बिकम मेनी? द क्वेश्चन विल कम, यू हैव टू आंसर इट if you accept it. Number one. And that cause, so therefore, in this, when you moment you propose a cause, चलो ठीक है, कारण एक्सेप्ट करते हैं, कुछ explanation, but there is so many explanations. Sankhyaans say gunas have created, gunas are the cause, sattva rajas tamo gunas, they say that. Purvamamsa says karma is a cause. Kanada Siddhanta, they say Paramanu is created, is the cause. But Vedanta says, see, because all other theories say that if you accept creation now, the सृष्टि accept किया, तो इसका कारण क्या है? In searching the cause, each Siddhanta points out differently. So you cannot arrive at any conclusion. But nobody wants to give up their Siddhanta. But Vedanta says, before that. But that means what? In all the Siddhantis, when you accept creation, cause is searched. What is the cause for one becoming many, in becoming many? तो कारण ढूंढने में ही लग गए सब लोग, अलग अलग कारण। ये कारण हो सकता है, वो कारण, और कोई कहता है ये कारण होगा। Vedanta says that though apparently the Gauna Vakyas, secondary statements, though the Upanishad, the Veda main speaks about creation, that is not Mukhyartham Tatparyam of Veda, Antima Nirnayam of Veda. That is Advaita only Nirnay. Okay. Vedanta says, if there is really a cause, the cause that which has caused the one to appear, to become many, if it is really cause, Veda would have mentioned. Veda never said, one became many, but how it became many, Veda never mentioned. एक ही परमात्मा से क्या कारण है? Actually speaking, what is the real cause? It never touched upon. That means, ये हो सकता है कि there could, since Veda did not specifically speak about it, so therefore there should not have been any other, must not have been any other cause. Had there been any cause, any other cause, Veda would have mentioned. So since there is nothing mentioned in Vedas about the cause, now that cause is what? The cause is he himself became the cause. Brahmaneva cause. There is one became many. Now how? It is infinite Shakti, Inka Maya Shakti, that is not separate from him again. How Eka become many? Mahatma's example gives simple examples. कोई आया, one person came, चेला, बोले चले आओ, अंदर चले आओ। सो गुरुजी मैं आऊँ? हाँ, अंदर चले आओ। आ गया। देर महात्मा जी बोला, जरा घड़ी देख के आओ, समय देख के आ गया। अब महात्मा जी बोला, मैंने अंदर आने के लिए किससे कहा? पैरों से कहा। तू क्यों आया? मैं देख के आया, आंखों से कहा। तू क्यों गया? तू क्यों देख के आया? पानी ले आया, पानी ले आना हाथ से कहा, हाथ was supposed to bring, why should you go? मीनिंग एक ही अनेक रूप में प्रकट हो रहा है, देखना, सुनना, करना, उठना, बैठना, पीना, खाना, दिस देखना भी वही है, देखता भी वही है, सुनता भी वही है, बट एक अनेक हो गया कि नहीं? अनेक हो गया. ही इज अ थिंकर, ही इज अ सीयर, ही इज अ वॉकर, ही इज अ डांसर, ही इज अ टॉकर. एक ही में कितने हैं? एक ही है, फिर एक में सब है. हाँ, बट टॉकर इज नॉट वॉकर, वॉकर इज नॉट seer, seer is not smeller, smeller is not taster, taster is not toucher. So that Brahma Karanam, that Karana. Now therefore, there is no other Karana other than Brahman. But Srushti, what is Srushti? Srushti is actually really come into existence or appearance. Therefore the Vivartavada, due to Maya, alone stands as an ultimate Siddhanta. When any other Siddhanta you take, a lot of loopholes. You cannot answer. In fact, simply, even without Vedanta and all that, you just have to think. Very simple thing. There has to be only one universal field in which everything exists. There cannot be two fields existing. If you say one and two are existing, immediately question supported by what? There have to exist, these two things have to, like universal sets. How many sets you can have? Infinite number of sets you can have. But when all the sets are there, they are all must and should be the subset of a universal set. You cannot say this is hanging in space, that also is existing, this also is existing. But in these two are existing and supported by where? Where are they existing? In one or two? If you say this support is different, that support, then those two are existing where? So it's an illogical. Even duality is totally illogical. There cannot be duality. So when this is the thought, so therefore Advaita ko maan lo, Srushti ko bhi maan lo, but all the problems will come. See, that's what nanu yad utpattehe prag ajam sarvam ekameva advitiyam. Utpattehe prag, before creation everything was unborn, ajam sarvam, everything was unborn, therefore ekameva, one alone with advitiya vastu. Then tathapi utpattehe urdhvam jatamidam sarvam jivasya bhinnaha iti. Then again, after the utpatti, all these worlds and creation was born, jivas were born, they are all different, so bhinnaha. Meaning what? Before there was Advaita. After when they merge, again they become one. He says, Ma evam, please don't, Ma evam, this is not so. Acharya says, Anya arthatvat utpatti shrutinam. See, the utpatti, the creation, the talk of creation and the Shruti is meant for something else to point out. That is the point. The creation in Puranas, the creation mentioned by Rishis, the creation mentioned in Upanishads, is not to prove that there is creation. That is the key point here. So they have a different object in view. Anyarthatvat. So purvamapi parihrita eva ayam doshaha. Now this objection of yours, earlier before we saw that before that there was a non-duality, later on became duality. This objection was refuted. Purvameva parihritam. It has already been solved, refuted earlier. पहले ही हम तुम्हारा इस डाउट को काट दिया. We refuted and moved ahead. Ayam doshaha. So parihrit eva ayam doshaha. Swapnavad atmamaya visarjitaha sangataha ghatakasha utpatti bhedadi vat jivanam utpatti bhedadihi iti. We have seen that. Like ghatakasha, this creation was refuted because the creation was never a creation. Just as the ghatakasha, the spot space, was never created. See? Swapnavad atmamaya visarjitaha. We saw that earlier Śloka also there. Atmamaya visarjitaha. It is only Atmamaya. Sambhavami Atmamaya. Bhagavan Krishna said. Atmamaya. It is my own delusion. So I am not. Whenever there is something, but I put forth myself, I project myself. It is not really appearing. It's an Atmamaya. See, Jataiva, Acharya mentions. As if he was born, Bhagavan Krishna, Avataras. As if he was born. Jataiva. That Paramatma, Parabrahm Paramatma, as if he was born, he took birth. So beautiful word. Jataiva. No, he did not take an incarnation also. तो भगवान का जन्म नहीं हुआ, जातैव. So Swapna, Atma, Swapnavat, Atmamaya Visarjitaha, Sanghataha, all the Sanghata aggregates. And Ghatakasha Utpatti Bhedadi, Jivanam Utpatti Bhedadi Riti, Bhedadivat. Similarly, that like differences in the spot space, etc., etc. Similarly, Jivanam Utpatti Bhedadi Riti. So the Jivas, differences in Jivas, etc., etc. We already mentioned this in the past. Itaha eva उत्पत्ति भेदादि श्रुतिभ्यः आकृष्य इह पुनः उत्पत्ति श्रुतीनाम इदं पर्यप्रति प्रतिपिपादयिषयः उपन्यासः. Now ultimately, this therefore itah eva उत्पत्ति भेदादि श्रुतिभ्यः आकृष्य. Therefore, this taking this as for granted, which as granted, this thought for granted. That this Bheda is only created out of illusion. Atma Mayaya. This thought, taking this thought, that reason, this reason for granted. The reason which was mentioned in just now. Atma Mayaya Visarjitaha, Ghatakashadivat, Utpatti Bhedadivat. That reason for granted. Some Vedic texts here and there. Sutibhya Akrishya Iha Puna Utpatti Srutinam. So some Vedic texts, Utpatti Srutinam means those Srutis which are dealing with creation, they are being cited as an example. यहाँ पे उपन्यासः वह श्रुतीनाम इदं प्रतिपादित उपन्यासः. It is only just treated as an example. So many things. Idea is to establish the oneness between Paramatma and Jivatma. These things are taken as an example. It's not that they are all real. That is the purpose. Having said this much, next Śloka we will see. Mrulloha Vispulingadyaihi Srustirya Choditan Yatha Upaya Sovataraya Nasti Bedha Katanchana Mrulloha Vispulingadyaihi Srustirya Choditan Yatha Upaya Savataraya Nasti Vedha Katanchana. Beautiful. So, Mrulloha, Mrut, Loha, Vispuhu, Vispulingadi, Drushtantaha, Upanyasaihi. two examples. What examples? Mrut. Mrudeva satyam. Mrittikayeva satyam. Vacharambhanam vikaro namadheyam. Mud alone is real. Rest all is only on your tongue. What is my tongue? Pot, saucer, cup. All these manifestations of mud objects, you are calling it them. One thing you are calling as one shape as mud, cup, saucer, etc. But actually the truth is Mrudeva. That's one thing. Loha. Any metal you take, gold, you take Suvarna. Gold and gold ornaments. You are calling a shaped ornament gold as an ornament. In one particular shape, call it as necklace or earring or chain. But gold eva satyam. So mrut, loha, vispulingadi, the sparks coming out from fire. They are all of the nature of fire only. They come from fire, play for some time in the atmosphere, again merge back into fire. Same fire. So Vispulingadi, Upanyasaihi. So Drishtanta Upanyasaihi. In all these examples, in the cited examples, in the Upanishads, etc., etc., Srushti ya chodita, that Srushti, through these examples, what has the creation which has been spoken in the Upanishads, etc., through these examples such as earth, metals or loha, and also the fire sparks, etc., chodita means which has been expounded, prakashitaha, brought into light. Through the examples, prakashitaha, anyatha, in different ways. Through these examples in different ways, the creation has been explained. In all these things, anyatha cha, sah sarvaha srushti prakaraha. Sarva srushti prakara. In all these explanations, the process of creation, srushti prakara. Srushti prakaraha Jiva Paramatma Ekatva Buddhi Avataraya Upayaha Asmakam. What is all this actually? This is a means. Means for what? Means to expound, to explain, to make us understand the oneness between Jiva and Paramatma. In all these examples. Now but pot and saucer and cup, etc., are made up of mud. Iska matlab kya hai? There is no difference between mud and this. No difference between gold and ornaments. No difference between the fire and the fire spark. So, Jiva Paramatma Ekatva Buddhi. Ekatva Buddhi is the idea, the Buddhi, Sahi Buddhi, the correct understanding, idea. So, the correct buddhi avataraya. Avatara means utarne ke liye. Buddhi में उतारने के लिए. क्या उतारना बुद्धि में? कि जीव और परमात्मा एक ही है. जैसे मिट्टी और घड़ा, दोनों तो मिट्टी से ही बनता है घड़ा. सो घड़ा करके ऐसा कोई चीज नहीं है, एक आकृति मात्र है, आकार मात्र. But Ghada is mitti only. So, this Ekatva Buddhi Avataraya. Avataraya means to generate that idea. Avataraya, Avatarartham, Avataraya, Upayaha. All this means. To means for what? वो आप बुद्धि में समझाने के लिए. इसका मतलब ये नहीं कि सृष्टि है. जब कहानी, when you tell story also, or when you tell someone or something, normally we just say, for example, आप theory class कुछ किसी को बता रहे हैं, sample something, आप बीच में बताएंगे, हाँ इसमें ना तुम दाल लेना है, दाल कटोरे में दाल लेना है। तो थियरी क्लास गोइंग ऑन, कुछ समझाने के लिए, कुछ बनाने के लिए थियरी क्लास। अब तुम एक कटोरे में दाल ले लो, मैं लेके आऊं, अभी लेना नहीं पागल, अब सुनो, लिया 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 माने लिया बोल देना बस, हाँ लिया लिया। वो चावल भी लिया, एक गिलास चावल ले लो, लेके आओ, लेके आना नहीं, तू बैठो उधर ही बैठो, लेके आने की कोई जरूरी नहीं है। सुनो, लिया चावल लिया, हाँ ले लिया, कहाँ लिया? अब वो जब बताते हैं, बताते समय जब ए ले लो, ए ले लो, ओ ले लो, उसमें हरी मिर्ची काटना, हरी मिर्ची काटना मतलब जाके नहीं काटना अभी हरी मिर्ची, और बीच बीच में जो बोलने वाला भूल भी गया तो बोले मैं कहाँ तक आया, हरी मिर्ची काटा। अच्छा हरी मिर्ची काटा, काट दिया ना, अब आगे बढ़ेंगे, हरी मिर्ची काट दिया, काट दिया। अब ये व्यवहार ये कितना सच है? वैसे ही सृष्टि क्रम इज नॉट टू टेल them about the duality, I mean speak या duality। लिया माने लेने के लिए नहीं, बस समझो। वहां पे लिया माने समझा, ठीक है। So this is one important thought in a Brahma Sutras everywhere. Some places this is very one of the important thought is that Srishti, why the Srishti has spoken by Upanishads and Vedas. Is it real? No. But the purpose is to point out its oneness. See, Jiva Paramatma Ekatva Buddhi Avataraya Upaya Asmat. Ramalli, it's a great upaya, means for make us understand. In our buddhi to understand. Example is given. Yatha prana samvade vagadi asura papma veda adi akhyayika kalpita prana vaisistya bodha avataraya. Now, yatha, just as. Now here actually this Drishtanta is taken by Acharya. In Upanishads also, many examples are akhyayika, stories are told, but they are not to be understood literally. Acharya says, many places stories are told, but what is the purpose in that you have to understand. Story is unreal, story is created. Yatha, just as a akhyayika is created. Prana samvade. Actually what happened, there was a dialogue. The story was like this. Story is that the Devatas and Asuras, always the fight keeps on happening. So in one of those fights, these Devatas and Asuras ke beech mein yudh mein, Devatas, all the sense organs, the Devata sense organs only, Indriyas, they are all given one job. Udghata. Udgita ek vidya. So to Udgita vidya dwara Sara, what is that, these Asuras, the devils, you should beat them, defeat them. So in order to defeat Asuras, Udgita vidya was given to each of these Indriyas. And they were told, yajna bhi hone wala hai, Udgita vidya it is, you please perform your duties very well, so that you can defeat these Asuras. But what happened? These Indriyas, these Devatas, became lobhi, greedy, selfish. But I alone should win, others should not win. So each one of them started thinking independently. Because of that lobha, Asuras beat them. Because of the greed, they allowed devils to smite them, meaning to beat them. So because of their greed or lobha, they became susceptible to the biting of asuras. Asuras bit them. Because asuras bit them, the indriyas, so indriyas became corrupted. And they lost their battle with the asuras. ठीक है? Now, then what happened? When the indriyas are losing, then they called Mukhya Prana. Mukhya Prana ko bulaya. Prana, Apana, Vyana, Dana, Mukhya Prana is there. Mukhya Prana was called, and that Mukhya Prana was assigned a special duty. Please see that, integrate these 5 fellows. Teach them properly, and through 5 fellows integrate them and fight against asuras. So Mukhya Prana did like that, and because of that, asuras were defeated. Meaning equally Mukhya Prana supplied. Meaning what in this story? In this story, in a way little bit to understand is that no sense organ is superior to other 4. If each one of them thinks that, I can do alone without other 4, then what happens? There will not be any integrity, harmony, and all kinds of evils. So there is no support between 2 sense organs, and Jnanendriyas and Karmendriyas ke beech mein bhi support nahi hota. Then all the problems will come. These asuras will beat us. We become susceptible to, we misuse, we abuse our organ, indriyas. So each one of them will become function limited way, and it won't be any useful purpose, this is not served. But Mukhya Prana is there, so Mukhya Prana is aroused, and it brought everybody into harmony, and then without the Mukhya Prana, no Indriya will work. So Mukhya Prana is function through all of them equally, and brought integration, and then asuras were defeated. Now this story what is the story indicating? Story is only to show the importance of prana. Mukhya Prana is important. So rest all other indriyas are, their functions are there in the Vesti Prana. So each sense organ ke piche ek prana shakti functions, sub prana. So indriyas are there, not this one, and therefore this is actually to prove only that prana vaisistya bodha avataraya. This story is what? To implant, to tell the importance of prana. How important is prana? This story में कहा है. वहाँ पे क्या है? It is not that very important is that it is the conversation around with prana and all is only to show the importance of prana, nothing else. The story is not correct. Story is not important. But here, similarly, that story में. Similarly, in each Upanishad, in the Brodhanika Upanishad also, so in so many Upanishads these stories are created. They are told how important is Mukhya Prana. Different stories, alag stories. Now the Purvapakshi asked a question. Tadapi asiddham iti chet. Okay, so what? Mukhya Prana is important, you have proved. But even then it doesn't prove our point, that oneness, the purpose what we are talking about. Tadapi asiddham bhavati. So, this story में you only proved the importance of Vishishtata of prana, but that has nothing to do with our topic now. बीच में कोई स्टोरी लाके कह दिया. आचार्य says no न शाखाभेदेषु अन्यथा च प्राणादि संवाद श्रवणात्. यदि ही संवादः परमात्मा एव अभूत् एकरूप एव संवादः सर्वशाखासु अश्रोष्यत विरुद्ध अनेक प्रकारेण न अश्रोष्यत श्रूयते तु तस्मात् न ताद्यर्थं संवाद श्रुतीनां तथापि उत्पत्ति वाक्यानि प्रत्येतव्यानि। अब देखिए न दैट इज नॉट द वे वै शाखा भेदेषु अन्यथा अन्यथा च प्राणि संवाद श्रवणात्। नाउ एक एक शाख में वेद शाखा सर प्लेंटी many branches Upanishads में other many bhagas में portions में same story similar stories, the content is same, the purpose, the ultimate bullet point is same, but Akhyayika stories are different. Same thing is told pranadi samvada shravanat anyatha anyatha in different ways we heard the story. Iska matlab kya hai? If you say that the story alone is real, it really happened, it should have happened mentioned in the same way in all the places. The story suppose was really happened, the factual, then everywhere would have been mentioned in same way. That's what Acharya says. Yadihi samvadaha paramarthaha eva. If the dialogue between that mukhya prana, that Kakhyayika story, devatas, asuras, indriyas, etc., if that samvadaha paramarthaha eva abhut, had it been a real one, that samvada dialogue between them, ekarupa eva samvadaha, in one form only, in everywhere, sarvashastrashu, sarvashakasu asroshyata. We would have heard in the same way, no, the story, but it is not like that. Story is changed. So, viruddha aneka prakarana nasroshyata. So, we should not have heard a different divergent ways had it been real. But the question is what? Shruyate tu. But we heard differently the story. So, वहाँ पे क्या लेना है? You should take literal meaning. No. The purpose is to be taken. Similarly, tasmat na tadyartham samvada shrutinam. Therefore, that samvada shruti, whatever it is, samvad के लिए नहीं है इधर. Something to point out. So, not in the literal meaning of the story. Therefore, tathapi utpatti vakyani. Similarly, in these sentences regarding creation, etc., in Upanishad, certain statements are made. They are also are to be understood in this way. They are not to be understood literally. That is the meaning. Now the other fellow says, no. Kalpa sarga bhedat samvada shrutinam utpatti shrutinam cha pratisargam anyathatvam iti chet. Now this fellow says, and every kalpa, this kalpa is changing. एक kalpa में ऐसा हुआ होगा. But story may be correct only. पागल ऐसा कुछ बोलता है. Then Acharya will again say that is not the correct. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om Satgurunath Maharaj Ki Jai.